Hello and welcome to SportView's Holliston Panther Hockey Preview Show. My name is Tom Emmons, and alongside is one of my co-hosts tonight, Owen Radcliffe. Tonight we'll take a look at the upcoming season, talk to some of the captains, talk to some of the returning juniors, as well as Coach Dan Geary. And the Panthers had a great season last year, made the playoffs for the first time since 2015 with a record of 12 wins, 7 losses, and 2 ties. But the Panthers had a real hot streak in the middle of the year where they were 7-1, and with big wins against Hopkinton, which they beat 3-1, Medfield 3-2, Dover Sherburne 2-0, and then Ashland 4-1. Holliston was just on a complete roll, but it's going to be a new cast of characters this season for the Panthers.
Yeah, they graduated 8 seniors last year, including James Franco, Jack Larsh, Cam DeCristofaro, Jake Kober, Jack Wilkie, Will Fitzgerald, Tim Ringy, and James Cruz. And they all 7 of those, and James Cruz was the backup goalie. But the 7 other players, they scored a lot of goals. They scored most of the team's goals, over half of their goals. So they'll be looking to make up a lot of goals this season.
Panthers do have a couple of goal scorers coming back in Cooper DeCristofaro. He's got 14 career goals, as well as Sam Farrell with 10. So they do have some firepower and some experience.
And they got a really special goalie too. Last year as a freshman, Nico Quattromoni had 2.42 goals against as an average. And he had 1 shutout and a .916 save percentage, which is crazy for a freshman in the Tri-Valley League.
So the Panthers got some things to build with, and they're coming into a very competitive Tri-Valley League, especially the Tri-Valley League Large, which is new this year, with Medfield, Westwood, and Norwood all being Division II teams, along with Hopkinton and Ashland. It's not an easy road for the Panthers.
No, it's not.
Holliston last year with Medfield being in the Division II finalists, Hopkinton and Ashland were both semi-finalists in Division III. So they're going to be facing a lot of tough teams in the Tri-Valley League. But we hope that that kind of competition, as we've seen in the past, can get them ready for the playoffs. And now we're going to go to Dylan Potemri as he interviews a couple of the captains and the juniors on the Panther hockey team.
What have you guys been doing this offseason to get ready for the season?
You know, we've been just preparing the kids, like getting them to the weight room and, help leading them through workouts. We do workouts in the weight room and at NGMA, and also pre-practice and like before games we help pump up the kids, get it going. That's basically our roles.
All right. And any team building activities that you guys have done to work together, build up the team chemistry?
So far we've done a couple of food pantry fundraising things where we've gone to help them make boxes for Thanksgiving.
All right. So what's the general tone you guys are looking to set when you're out on the ice, like physical, or you looking to possess the puck, or?
We don't have a lot of skill this year, so we got to really work hard and win all the down low battles and get a lot of puck possession. So just got to work hard.
And Jackson, what have your captains have been doing? Have you seen them working hard, and how do you feel about these 2 captains here?
So far, I think they've definitely set a pretty good example. They've definitely been pushing us to work hard, and in the off season, they were getting us to all the workouts and stuff, so that helped.
Mm-hmm. And so, how big do you feel attitude has to do with winning, and how much it contributes?
I feel like we really have to have a big attitude, get the pucks on the net, bury them, get that heart. Just if we get those ugly goals, then we'll have a good season.
All right. And obviously, all of you guys are upperclassmen. With the underclassmen, what do you guys do to help them feel like they're a part of the team and feel like that they can work together with you guys?
We have a lot of pasta dinners and stuff, get everyone working and stuff like that. I feel like we have a good family atmosphere in the locker rooms too, and just everyone's buzzing at practice, so it's good.
You all are juniors. You all were on the team last year. You lost 8 seniors last year, and they accounted for over half of your goals and over 3/4 of your assists. How do you guys look to make up that difference this year?
Me and Robbie on the first line, hopefully we'll pick it up in the goal category.
him, and I have had a lot of good chem this year in practice, so hopefully us up there will be leaders for the team and hopefully get a lot of goals this year.
Yeah, we're also going to try to have a lot of shots from the point, try to have a lot of low shots, get a tip or a nice rebound.
Yeah, pretty much what they said. Just try to get it to the net, and hopefully the forwards can bang one in, or just get the ugly goals really.
So you all have had a lot of time to practice this off season, get bigger, get stronger. What have you guys done to, like in the weight room, on the rink, off the rink?
Me and Robbie have been in the weight room almost every day. Having the new weight room's great. All the stuff is great. It's like nice and clean finally. So that's helped a lot. And that's probably gotten a lot of the freshmen in there too to get them bigger.
Yeah, I've been going to some of the after-school workouts, and I have some weights in my house so I can lift in my basement. And we also have the NGMA stuff, so we've been doing like boxing and stuff.
Yeah, well, pretty much what they said. We've been in the weight room after school, which has been great because it's brand new. So we all love that. We don't have to go to that old crappy one. And yeah, the NGMA stuff too. It's great.
Well, I think that strength will help because you are kind of a shorter team compared to other teams in the TVL. But you're short and you're strong. So do you think you'll try and keep that physical attitude, or will you try and be more passive?
Yeah, we're trying to stay really physical this year. Me and Robbie kind of like have a plan. Every first shift, we're trying to at least hit someone just to like get the team going and get us going. It helps like get your juice up and get ready for the game.
Yeah, I was also going to try to hit someone every first shift to get the team riled up. And some of our seniors last year were our biggest hitters, so we're all going to try to step up and get the physicality going.
Yeah, it's definitely, we definitely like to set the tone early with the big hitting, and yeah, that's kind of it. Just hit them early.
Excellent. So how are you trying to incorporate the freshmen, the new kids, into the team and the atmosphere and on the rink?
Everyone carpools with like a junior or a senior, so having the freshmen there has really helped them kind of get like integrated into the team. And then we have 2 freshmen on the third line, so that's helped them get used to high school hockey.
We also, after practices, along with the carpool, if we go out to Dairy Queen or somewhere to eat, the freshmen are incorporated there and get to join in.
Yeah, my little brother's a freshman, so I've kind of known all of his friends, so I've definitely been able to, I already knew most of them prior to, and we practiced a lot in the summer with like summer league, so I got to know a lot of them, and it's been nice getting to meet them. They're all pretty nice guys.
Great. So finally, last year you guys made the playoffs, which you hadn't the year before that. So how are you going to try and build on that success from last year and keep that momentum going through the whole season?
Well, this year we know what a playoff hockey is like. I know for me it was my first like high school playoff hockey, so I was pretty nervous. I feel like this year I'll be a lot more ready for it, and hopefully we can get further.
Yeah, I think kind of the same thing. After seeing what playoff hockey was like, we can now step up our game and be able to play at that level and hopefully make it there again.
Yeah, it's definitely nice going in with experience, and hopefully we just got to get that 20 points to get in the playoffs, and we'll go from there, I guess.
All right, we're here with head coach Dan Geary in his 4th season with the Holliston Panthers. Dan, thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me, Tom.
In high school hockey, always seems like it's a rebuilding year every year. What kind of challenges do the Panthers face, you face with the Panthers in rebuilding this season?
Good question. Last year, we had a pretty successful season, but we graduated 7 senior skaters and a senior goalie. 4 of those 7 skaters were our starting 4 defensemen. So you kind of rebuild from the net out. So that was the biggest challenge, I think, moving into this year. We have some players that are unproven at the varsity level and have been chomping at the bit to get out on the ice, and they're going to get the opportunity this year to show me what they have, and they're anxious to do so.
Yeah, I was looking back at a number of juniors on this team, junior-heavy team, and a lot of those guys got 40 games of varsity experience because you've mixed them in since they were freshmen, and especially last year when they were sophomores. That's got to help the process.
Yeah, this junior class is at least 12 deep, and we took them as freshmen because we were rebuilding, right? We knew that we were going to be losing 8 seniors last year, so this class has gotten some. We got a real good nucleus of hockey players on this team, including the sophomore class, junior class, senior class, and some incoming freshmen. But the junior class is that group I was just talking about that are chomping at the bit, that want to show me what they can do. And they've been working hard, and they're ready to do so.
Mm-hmm. What'd you learn from your preseason scrimmages? We haven't had your first game. That'll be next week against Neshoba here at the new Loring Arena.
Yeah.
But what have you learned from the first live scrimmages?
So our first scrimmage was on Sunday, and we just weren't ready. We weren't ready yet. But it was okay. We played everyone. The JV kids were integrated in. But then we rebounded on Monday night against Watertown with a better effort. We just didn't give the effort on Sunday. But the kids understand what they have to do. They were tentative, a little nervous, first time on the ice in a long time. But we got another scrimmage this coming Saturday, so we're building and we're progressing, and that's what we want to do.
I mentioned the new Loring Arena. They've finished everything here. It's completed. What do you think about what they've done here in Framingham?
Yeah, this is a great home rink for Holliston hockey. They fixed up the locker rooms, much nicer facility in the back where people can stand and watch the game from inside. There's concessions, and the people here at Loring Arena have been great to Holliston. So we're looking forward to another season here.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of new, the Tri-Valley League is new. There's 11 teams, hockey teams, for the first time ever in the Tri-Valley League, and they're splitting the hockey into a large and a small division. So you'll be part of 6 squads, along with Medfield, Westfield, and Norwood, the newest team, Hopkinton and Ashland. Those 6 teams will be competing for a Tri-Valley League large championship for the first time ever.
Yeah, so we welcome Norwood into the TVL, and the TVL is, it's a very, very competitive league. And if you look at the 11 teams in the TVL, 5 of them are Division II teams. So you got Medway and Dedham in the lower group that are Division II, and then you got Medfield, Westwood, and Norwood, also Division II. So we got a competitive schedule. It's always tough to come out of it, but we're battle tested when you get through the TVL, and that helps the season.
Well, last year against those Tri-Valley League large teams, the Panthers were 3 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. Not too bad against some D2 schools.
Yeah, and a lot of that, goes to our freshman goaltender. I mean, he stole a couple games for us, Nico, so he did great. But we also had 4 senior defensemen. We had real good leadership, and we were ready. We were ready for those games, and we're going to be ready again this year.
Yeah, well, talk about style of play a little bit. I know you talk about possession style of play that you like to work out of the Panthers. It starts sort of at the back end because you got to get possession of the puck in your own end to get it up into the offensive end. Talk about that style of play.
So, I'm all about puck control. So I'm not a dump and chase, although there's a time for that in the game, and we will be instituting that style a little bit this year. But we have a lot of team speed up front, and we have a lot of heady defensemen. If we can just learn to control the puck just a little better, holding it on our stick a little longer, that extra half a second, it opens up lanes and opportunities. And that's what I'm trying to help these players understand, is hold on to it, possess it just a little bit longer, and it's going to open up offensive opportunities for us. And that's what we need.
It makes the other team work harder to try to take that puck away versus, like you said, giving it to the other team potentially.
Correct. We don't want to be on the defensive, because when you're on the defensive, you're running around and you're getting tired. So we want the other team to be on the defensive.
Well, the Panthers caught a little fire in the middle of last season. That 7-1 streak was just a tremendous run for this team and shows what kind of potential they have, even with the younger players. So we're hoping you catch some of that fire this season.
Yeah, us too. And, the kids really worked hard during that stretch, and it was an exciting time to be part of the program. And, we're looking for a little bit of that this year, because you get a taste of winning, and losing really hurts. So, I got a bunch of kids in the locker room that want to win, and when you want to win, you're going to put the effort in.
Well, you're going to be tested right away. Neshoba, an unknown team to Holliston, not in their league, but then you're at Medfield, Westwood, right away. And then the tournament just after Christmas at the Warrior Ice Rink.
Yeah.
Talk about playing there, where the Bruins practice out in Brighton.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for everybody, right? The players, the coaches, the fans. It's a special rink. It's generating some history. Our first year in there, we won the tournament, so that was exciting. So that's always the goal when we get there. And the teams like Lowell and St. Joseph's and and
Hopedale.
Yeah, those are going to be tough games. So we have to be ready and anxious. And I don't want to look too far ahead. I like to take one game at a time. But you're right. We have a tough start at the beginning of our season. So we got to be getting through this preseason ready.
Well, we wish you all the best, Dan. We're going to be covering the Panthers this year. Always fun to come to the rink and see the Panthers try their best. And we wish you all the best as well.
Thank you, Tom, and thanks for what you guys do for Holliston sports. It's much appreciated.
You're welcome. Head coach Dan Geary of the Holliston Panthers.
Well, St. Louis will be a very fun, physical, fast-paced season for the Panthers, don't you think?
Yeah, I do. And I got to interview the captains, and they talked about organizing some off-season practices, and they did some team-building activities to get team chemistry together. They did some rollerblading hockey, and I think they'll look to lead on the leadership of the captains.
Yeah, I talked to some of the juniors that were here, and they were talking about how they're going to try and maintain a very physical approach to the game, and how they're going to really try and make up a lot of the goals that they're losing from the seniors that graduated last year.
Yep, and of course Tom Emmons got to talk with Coach Geary. He talked about his huge junior class that's really eager to go out there and play. They were looking for some ice time last year, and they'll have a huge role this season. And he also talked about the possession-style hockey, having his D-men find the passing lanes instead of looking for that dump-and-chase type gritty hockey. So the Panther season starts on December 12th versus Neshoba at this new Loring Arena. And follow exciting Holliston Panthers hockey all season long on HCAT TV. Thank you for joining us, and thanks to today's HCAT crew. For Owen Radcliffe, Tom Emmons, I'm Dylan Potemri. Thank you, everyone.